We brought up two of our favorite artists, maybe our two favorite artists, alongside Bob Marley and James Brown. Well, anyway, we talked about Stevie Wonder and Prince earlier. I think you would agree that the best halftime show was, is, and forever will be Prince in Miami, Super Bowl 41. Up there.
It's up there.
What's above it?
There's so many
what's up there? What's up there with it? To me, it's Prince and everybody else. We can talk about everybody else, but
it's
like,
tough to rank them.
I mean,
it's tough to rank.
Oh no, it's not.
How about
it's Prince and everybody else?
how about MJ? How about MJ? MJ.
It's Prince and everybody else. Beyonce was great. You know, a lot of people have had awesome halftime shows.
How about the one we were at?
And everybody else
in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles with Kendrick Lamar and Dre.
Right next to each other.
Mary J.
That was like being at the club. That was awesome. To me, last night was shoulder to shoulder with that one. Usher's performance last night was very reminiscent and felt on par.
Didn't see it coming.
With
I didn't
Dre,
see that coming.
Eminem. Really?
Nope.
Why not?
Because, hey, I'm gonna say it. Okay, wait. I'm gonna say this, and I may even.
You're not an Usher guy. You're not an Usher guy.
I mean, I was just like, okay, Usher. I'm not like, I don't go crazy over Usher. I've never seen Usher live.
Okay, that's something we gotta fix. So neither one of us has seen his residency in Vegas, which, or that's not just in Vegas. I know he's performed all over, but apparently his shows are incredible. So incredible, in fact, I'm not going to tell you how much because I just, I won't put my business out there. I got this American Express notification because this is, you getting old. When my oldest daughter, Savannah, she like, yeah, I want Usher tickets. I'm like, girl, what you know about Usher? Usher, that's my music. That's back in my day. Oh, you like Usher? So I'm like a proud papa until I see this charge on my Amex for these tickets. So my daughter apparently will be able to say that she has seen Usher in person. My man. It's not she. She going to TD Garden to see him. It ain't cheap.
But when is that?
Yeah.
When's that happening?
I don't know, man. I just do what I'm told.
Okay.
I'm Denzel in Fences. I come home, I put my $70 on the table, and I don't have nothing to do with my money. I don't know when it is or how she getting there. I just pay for it. So, anyway.
You don't want to be Denzel in Fences because he was doing more than that. He was doing more than coming home and putting his money on the table.
That's true too.
How about when you're not at home?
As we found out. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Rose,
come on, Troy.
She makes me. I can laugh. Rose. I could be somebody else. Rose. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Usher. So you're not a big Usher guy.
Usher.
Huh? Yeah, not a big Usher guy.
I wasn't disappointed that
you're
he was.
You're not about to disrespect her like you did Patti LaBelle, are you?
You're
not about to disrespect.
No, I'm not doing that.
You're not about to Patti LaBelle. Okay, cool. Because I'm about to say.
I wasn't disappointed, nor was I excited until I saw the show. I was like, whoa. Mm-hmm. And like, it was the little stuff that got me. All right, first of all, just everybody looked great. Everybody sounded great. The choreography was next level. Oh, how about the skates? Yo, you doing that in skates? I mean, there was just so much. The guest appearances.
The guest
appearances,
had
everything.
Wow. Alicia Keys.
It really had it all. Alicia Keys.
It had Alicia Keys. Yeah.
Had Alicia Keys. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Speaking of how everybody looked great and the costumes, Alicia Keys.
Luda. Lil Jon. Let's change the
There was
Luda, Lil Jon,
and Alicia Keys.
Yeah, Alicia Keys. Her. I mean, like it was outstanding on so many levels. I knew he would deliver. I knew he would put on a fantastic show. I was excited to see him. I was excited for him. Like this was such a lifetime achievement performance. Because what to me, it's like if you're an Usher fan, you really enjoyed it. I think even if you're not an Usher fan, you could objectively appreciate the halftime show. But if you're somebody who grew up, and again, this is where our 10-year gap comes in. Because I could say that I grew up with and on Usher in some respects. Like You know, I went to high school in the mid to late 90s, you know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, it's just like, dude been doing it for a long time. And last night was about just like, yo, my man got hits. My man got a catalog. My man has been putting in work and has managed to remain relevant, you know, decades into his career. And I love the, like, yo, in case you forgot, I put y'all on to the A. I love that at the end where he gave, you know, he's like, nah, man, I'm gonna take my flowers. You know, I put y'all on to Atlanta. And so but watching just all the collaborations he's done, whether it was with Alicia Keys or Lil Jon or Ludacris, like, wow, this dude, he has made songs that, like, he's been the soundtrack to the last, and from an R&B standpoint, he's been the soundtrack to the last several decades of black culture in many respects. So,
well, that's saying a lot. Now, the soundtrack.
No, not the. He's been on the soundtrack. He's been on it. Remember back in the day, you used to go get the Above the Rim soundtrack. He had 3-4 tracks on the soundtrack to Black America in the last several decades. Right. Like he is the culture, and I think we saw that last night. So I'm not saying it was necessarily better than the Dr. Dre show. It was different and on the same level. Like I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the Dre, Snoop, 50 Cent, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar show in LA.
They haven't had a lot of misses. They haven't had a lot of misses with the halftime shows. And is it a coincidence that these games and the halftime shows, I mean, think about the last 3 years. And the games have been great. Like this year's game was great. Last year's
Do you remember the Super Bowl used to suck?
Oh, yeah.
Regularly?
AFC
like
used to go in there
year?
and get out of here.
Oh, it was so
AFC
anticlimactic.
would go in just to be warm bodies. Warm bodies.
Whether it was against the Washington football team, the streak, like consecutive years in the NFC, whether it was the Giants, the Washington football team, or the 49ers, people used to run roughshod over the Cowboys even against the Bills, like, you know, after that one, you know, Scott Norwood game. Excuse me. Other than that, the Super Bowl used to be so boring in terms of just the games themselves.
Yeah, the games the last 3 years have been great. In the last 3 years, you've had Usher, Rihanna, and you had the one we talked about in LA, the superstar show out halftime show in LA.
Was the game really good yesterday, or was the ending exciting?
No, the game was great because I'm glad we had this kind of game. Because generally, most people, not a surprise to anybody, most people watch the Super Bowl at the end of the year, and these are people who aren't watching during the regular season. So if your idea is to get more fans, I want to give them a realistic experience. It's not realistic to have, Eagles, Patriots 40-33. Even last year, what was it, 35-30? I don't know what the final score was. It was a high-scoring game, back and forth, Chiefs and Eagles. The reality is, sometimes you gotta win a football game in the mud sometimes. And I think a casual fan, if you're gonna come to this sport, I want you to know that sometimes this is how games are won, and this is exciting too. This is just as exciting as the 50-47 kind of no defense type of game. So yeah, it was a great game.
Yeah.
A lot of big plays.
And defense can be fun. Defense is fun. But why did you, going back to Usher just for a second, why did you say it feels like 6 months ago? What did you mean by that?
Oh, it's just like, because so much happened in the game after halftime.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Right.
At the end of that game, I was like, oh, wait, yeah, we did see this. That happened tonight.
It's kind of like the Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson, which, by the way, was a great halftime show. Everybody remembers it for the fashion. I had my head down writing, too, at the time.
I did, too.
Everybody talks about the, what you call it, the fashion, not fashion faux pas, they had a word, the phrase for it that they assigned to it.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Wardrobe malfunction. Thank you, Gary.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Wardrobe malfunction.
And
but that was a great one too.
Wouldn't I be writing? Wouldn't I have my hand
You and me both. You and me both are like this.
When Janet
Jackson. This is before social media. It's before social media.
Has
this is
a malfunction.
2003, 2004. If you missed it, you missed it. We were in the press box.
You know what?
We didn't know. But to your point, don't say no.
I feel like that was the story of my life at that time.
Okay, that's fine.
That was the story of my life at that time.
Leave it there. We didn't drool enough about Alicia Keys. Don't go get in no more trouble, okay? Don't talk about Janet Jackson no more. No, but it's similar to that because the second half of Patriots-Panthers, it's like, it was like, who wrote this? Somebody wrote this. It's like being in church and a fight broke out. Like the first half was mad quiet. The second half was like all hell broke loose. This game was similar in that regard. Like, it did feel like
in that game,
halftime was forever ago. Yeah.
In that Patriots-Panthers game, no points scored in the first and third quarters. All the points scored in the second and fourth. Just a really weird, a weird football game. But so last night there was so much. I forgot about. I didn't forget about it, but it was the halftime show was so far from my mind once we got to overtime, and so was, and I see you put this in your feed. So was the Travis Kelce push or bump on Andy Reid. It was like, this is gonna be a major story post game. Not really. We had too much. We had too much stuff.
No, you're right. And even in the moment, I know AJ Brown tweeted about it. Like it seemed like there were people picking sides in real time. And again, all's well that ends well, and it doesn't matter because they won and Kelce was big in the second half. But to me, I never had a problem with it. And I'm saying I can say that now, but even in the moment, I didn't have a problem with it because that's the culture of Chiefs Kingdom. Because that's how Andy Reid doesn't run a loose ship. But, Andy Reid is the most players coach. Let me try to say it a different way. Andy Reid is a players coach without being tagged a players coach. Like, players not only love Andy Reid, these dudes be out there like designing plays and doing all kind of wild shit in practice. Like, it is such a player-centric, player-centered environment that he's cultivated. To Patrick Mahomes, that's like my son running up on me. Like, he didn't push him or like get in his face and like disrespect him. He was just like, there's a father-son relationship there that is specific to Kansas City and their cult. Like, they yell at each other, but they yelling and it ain't like a disrespect inmates running the asylum type thing or like, they out of control. Like they don't respect Andy Reid. They don't like follow his leadership. It's just that's the type of family environment they fostered. And at this point in Travis Kelce's career and his tenure in Kansas City, right?
The enemy and Patrick Mahomes.
And if anybody could run up on, if anybody could run up on Andy Reid and say, "Don't take me out the game," it's Travis Kelce. So it was a non-story in the moment. It's certainly a non-story after the fact.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.